My mother was 90 years young when she fell and broke her leg. She was living on her own, and she was exercising regularly. She was driving herself around, and she was just a plain spunky woman, spunky little woman. She's also the mother of 11 children, so there wasn't much out there that scared her. The break, however, was a bad one, and I watched when we took her to the emergency room that night as she was so brave, and you could tell that she was calling on the same resolve that she'd always used her whole life to face this new challenge, and she was ready for it. But when the doctor came out and told her that she was going to be in a wheelchair and be non-weight bearing for about at least 90 days, you can see as she processed this and understood what that entailed, you could just see the fortitude being just sucked right out of her. It was a terrible thing to witness. There was nothing really that all the 11 children could do for her. There was nothing that we could say. We were just pretty much helpless. You know, she was facing what she'd always dreaded her whole life, and that was to be a burden to someone. So she told us basically that she was just ready to check out. And I'm telling you all this just because I wanted you to understand her state of mind when we came to Remington. The moment we passed through the doors of the Remington rehab facility, I could see my mother coming back. The therapist, the first day that we went to therapy, that I went with her, it was just amazing. It was amazing. They challenged her, they encouraged her, they made her believe that she could be good again. She had complete faith in them, and it showed. The nursing staff here too, they were phenomenal. All of us were watching, and we oftentimes thought, well, maybe she's the only patient here because they were giving her such good care. They would do things like bring her coffee just the way she liked it in a special mug at the right time. They would come in singing. They made her laugh. They worked her, and they took such gentle care with her that she didn't feel self-conscious about anything. You know, as I think about it, I'm not sure I can name just one thing about the facility that made the difference. It was just the atmosphere when you came in, the whole feel of the place. The facilities are just beautiful. She loved her room. In fact, sometimes she just would say she didn't ever want to leave. And the food was delicious. She could order from a menu and have room service brought to her, or she could choose to go eating in the dining room with her family and her friends. But it was her decision to make. She got to do that herself. If the chef would even come out and make sure that the food was cooked just the way she liked it. You couldn't meet a staff member at Remington that wasn't willing to go out of their way. And they always, everyone had a positive attitude. Did my mom still struggle? Of course she did. She was still in a wheelchair, but there was always someone there at Remington to make her believe again. They accommodated so graciously our ridiculously large and loud family. And I think they did that because they knew that we were vital to her recovery. There wasn't anything that they wouldn't do for my mom's recovery. I know that it sounds like I'm just singing the praises of Remington so loudly, and probably for someone who hasn't been through this, they might find it a little difficult to believe all of it. But I have seen the difference that the quality of care can make in the quality of a person's life. I watched the staff at Remington as together they worked to give us all our mom back. And so, yep, I'm going to sing their praises loud and long because I think everyone deserves this chance. I've seen the difference that it can make to a life.